What if the plant you planted with such care, the one you thought would make your garden more beautiful, ended up destroying it instead? Every gardener knows that moment of temptation. You're walking through the nursery, and something catches your eye. Lush leaves, dreamy blooms, a label that promises fast growing or low maintenance. It sounds perfect until it isn't. Some plants don't just grow, they take over. Others quietly poison the soil, harm pets and pollinators, or trigger allergic reactions that can make your peaceful yard a danger zone. According to the USDA Invasive Species Research Center, 2023, nearly 1 in 4 American home gardens contains at least one plant that's invasive, toxic, or ecologically harmful, and many are still sold in local nurseries. The EPA Environmental Health Division adds that some popular ornamentals can cause soil toxicity or skin irritation, especially for older adults and children. So today, we'll explore 10 plants you should never grow, and the stories, science, and safer alternatives that'll keep your garden thriving for years to come. Number 1, bamboo. It begins like a dream, tall, elegant, whispering in the wind. For many gardeners, bamboo promises instant privacy and a touch of the tropics. But within a few short seasons, that dream can turn into a full-blown nightmare. What few homeowners realize is that running bamboo doesn't politely stay put. Its underground rhizomes move fast and deep, sometimes up to 15 feet a year, according to the USDA Plant Ecology Division, 2022. Those roots don't respect fences, property lines, or even concrete barriers. Once bamboo escapes, it's nearly impossible to control. Each small root fragment can regenerate a whole new stand. Gardeners have spent thousands on excavation and barriers, only to watch new shoots pop up the next spring. It's a battle that can last for years. If you love the look but not the chaos, try clumping bamboo varieties such as Bambusa multiplex. These grow gracefully in place without spreading. Or consider ornamental grasses like switchgrass or featherweed grass. They offer the same sound, movement, and serenity without the takeover. Bamboo teaches an unforgettable gardening truth. Not every fast grower is a friend. And bamboo isn't the only plant that hides its ambition. The next one smells innocent, but it can quietly take over your entire garden bed before you realize it. Number 2, mint. It starts with one small pot, just a little mint for tea or cocktails. You plant it near your kitchen steps, thinking, what harm could it do? By midsummer, the answer is clear. Your garden smells like a mojito factory, and mint has declared war on everything else. Mint's secret lies underground. Its roots, called runners, spread fast and far, sometimes 3 to 4 feet each season, reports the Cornell Cooperative Extension, 2023. They creep under fences, through cracks, and into neighboring herb beds, choking out slower plants like thyme, oregano, and sage. The solution isn't to give up on mint, it's to contain it. Grow it in pots or sink containers into the ground to trap the roots. Keep the soil moist, harvest often, and never let it flower or set seed. You'll have endless fresh leaves without losing your garden to its ambition. If you crave variety, try apple mint or mountain mint. Both are less invasive but equally fragrant and delicious. Mint is a gardener's lesson in restraint. In the right place, it's a gift. In the wrong one, it's a takeover waiting to happen. And if mint likes to spread across the soil, the next culprit climbs. And it's so charming that it's been banned in several U.S. states. Number 3, English ivy. It looks timeless. Those lush green vines draping gracefully over stone walls, wrapping around old fences, adding an air of romance. But behind that charm, English ivy is quietly dismantling everything it touches. The EPA Structural Ecology Report, 2021, found that ivy's tiny rootlets trap moisture against wood, brick, and siding, accelerating rot and decay. On trees, it's even worse. Ivy climbs upward, covering the bark and blocking sunlight from the leaves. Over time, it weakens the trunk, often killing mature trees outright. On the ground, ivy forms a thick carpet that smothers grass, wildflowers, and native species. It's now classified as an invasive species in more than 25 states, spreading through neighborhoods and forests alike. If you love that old-world look, go for Virginia creeper, Parthenocissus quinquifolia, instead. It's native, wildlife-friendly, and turns a brilliant red in fall. All the beauty, none of the destruction. English ivy whispers romance, but it ends in regret. The vines that promise charm often leave behind decay. And if you think ivy's cling is bad, wait until you meet the next vine, one that strangles trees and can crush your pergola under its own beauty. Number 4, wisteria. When wisteria blooms, it feels like stepping into a dream. Those cascades of purple flowers hanging from arbors and fences make any backyard look like a storybook. But the beauty comes with a price, and it's steep. Behind the breathtaking blossoms is one of the strongest vines you can plant. The University of Georgia Horticulture Study, 2020, found that mature wisteria can reach up to 65 feet long and weigh hundreds of pounds. Its thick, twisting stems can strangle trees, pull down fences, and even collapse wooden pergolas. And its underground roots spread aggressively, returning each spring no matter how much you prune. For gardeners who can't resist its beauty, there's a safer option: American wisteria, Wisteria frutescens. It's native, far less invasive, and blooms beautifully without overtaking your space. Wisteria reminds us that in gardening, as in life, some of the most enchanting things demand the greatest care. But not every threat climbs. Some plants work their damage underground, quietly poisoning the soil itself. Number 5, black walnut. It's easy to admire a black walnut tree. Tall, stately, and generous with shade, it looks like the perfect centerpiece for a peaceful yard. But beneath its beauty lies a secret weapon, one that can quietly destroy everything around it. According to the USDA's Soil Chemistry Division, 2021, black walnut trees release a compound called juglone through their roots, leaves, and husks. To the tree, it's a clever form of competition. To gardeners, it's a silent disaster. Juglone is toxic to dozens of plants, including tomatoes, peppers, azaleas, and hydrangeas. Even after cutting the tree down, the soil can stay contaminated for up to 5 years while the old roots decay underground. Many gardeners learn this lesson the hard way, planting vegetables or flowers near a walnut, only to watch them wilt and die without explanation. If you already have a black walnut on your property, don't panic. You can still garden safely by building raised beds or growing resistant plants such as beans, corn, or native ferns. It's nature's version of a charming neighbor who quietly poisons your pantry. Beautiful to look at, impossible to trust. And if poison in the soil sounds bad, the next plant on our list takes it one step further. It can poison you. Number 6, poison ivy. Leaves of 3, let it be. It's one of those phrases we all learn early. Yet somehow, poison ivy still finds its way into our gardens. It creeps quietly along fence lines, tree bases, and woodland edges, waiting for one careless touch. The danger lies in a nearly invisible oil called urushiol. The CDC Toxicology Report, 2022, found that 85% of adults are allergic to it, and the oil can remain active for months on gloves, tools, or even your pet's fur. Brush against it once, and you could spend weeks battling rashes, blisters, and relentless itching. Even worse, if poison ivy is accidentally burned, the toxin can go airborne. Inhaling the smoke can lead to severe lung inflammation and, in rare cases, hospitalization. The only safe way to deal with it is caution. Never pull it barehanded. Wear thick gloves, long sleeves, and eye protection. Bag and dispose of it safely. Never burn. One careless brush can turn a lovely afternoon in the garden into a long, painful recovery. But poison ivy isn't the worst offender. Some plants don't just irritate the skin. They can stop the heart. Number 7, castor bean. There's no denying it. Castor bean plants are stunning. Tall, tropical, and deeply colored in shades of burgundy and green, they bring drama to any garden bed. But beneath that exotic beauty lies one of nature's most dangerous secrets: ricin. The USDA Poisonous Plant Research Center, 2023, warns that just 2 seeds can be fatal for a child, and as few as 5 seeds can kill an adult. Ricin works by blocking a cell's ability to produce proteins, a biological shutdown that leads to organ failure. There is no antidote. Even after drying, the pods remain toxic. Castor bean is so potent that it's banned in many school and public gardens across the United States. It's also infamous for darker reasons. Ricin has been used in assassinations and studied as a chemical weapon. For gardeners, that risk simply isn't worth the color or size. If you crave that same bold, tropical look, choose red leaf hibiscus or ornamental okra instead. Both deliver lush foliage and height, with none of the danger. Castor bean is proof that some beauty isn't meant to be tamed. Admire it from afar. In a textbook, not in your backyard. And if you think a toxic plant is bad, the next one combines size, power, and pain, a true giant that burns on contact. Number 8. Giant hogweed, the plant that burns. It's hard not to stare. 14 feet tall, with white flower clusters that look like umbrellas from another world. But beauty can be deceiving. Brushing against giant hogweed on a sunny day can leave you with pain you'll never forget. The danger comes from its sap. The EPA Public Safety Report, 2021, warns that hogweed contains furanocoumarins, compounds that react with sunlight to cause severe chemical burns, blisters, and dark scars that can last for months. In some cases, contact near the eyes has led to temporary or permanent blindness. It spreads easily, growing along ditches, streams, and fence lines, often mistaken for harmless wildflowers. But one touch can change your summer fast. If you find it, never remove it barehanded. Wear gloves, eye protection, long sleeves, and contact your local agricultural extension office for safe disposal. In many states, property owners can even be fined for letting it spread. Giant hogweed is living proof that the line between exotic and dangerous can be razor thin. Rehook. And while this one can hurt your skin, the next plant doesn't sting or poison. It just quietly strangles your garden. Number 9. Morning Glory. Morning Glories are irresistible. Their trumpet-shaped flowers open with the sunrise, painting fences and trellises in shades of purple, pink, and blue. But by the next season, that same beauty becomes a web of chaos. According to the Cornell Weed Ecology Lab, 2020, a single morning glory vine can produce hundreds of seeds that remain viable in soil for up to 10 years. Once established, their twisting stems wrap around everything: vegetables, shrubs, even trees, cutting off sunlight and airflow. They don't stop when you pull them. Each root fragment that breaks off can resprout, creating an endless cycle of growth. Over time, they choke out flowers and vegetables, turning vibrant beds into tangled jungles. If you love the look of climbing vines, choose safer, native options like cypress vine, Ipomoea quamaclet, or native bindweed, both pollinator-friendly and far easier to manage. Morning Glory is a reminder that unchecked beauty can quickly become disorder. What starts as charm can end in exhaustion. And finally, our last troublemaker, a tree with a name that promises paradise but delivers destruction. Number 10. Tree of Heaven. With a name like Tree of Heaven, you'd expect something graceful, shade in summer, golden leaves in fall, a peaceful addition to your yard. But gardeners across the U.S. have learned that this tree brings anything but heaven. The USDA Forest Service, 2022, reports that Tree of Heaven releases a chemical called allanthone, a natural herbicide that kills or stunts nearby plants. Its roots push under sidewalks, foundations, and septic systems, while its shoots regrow faster than they can be cut. Even after felling the trunk, dozens of new sprouts can appear within weeks. One mature tree produces hundreds of thousands of wind-borne seeds each year, spreading rapidly through neighborhoods, vacant lots, and forest edges. The EPA Urban Forestry Program lists it among America's most destructive invasive trees, threatening native ecosystems and urban infrastructure alike. The real tragedy is how deceptive it looks. Its feathery leaves and fast growth make it seem like an ideal shade tree, until it poisons your soil, cracks your pavement, and takes over your yard. If you want beauty without the chaos, plant serviceberry, amelanchier, or eastern redbud, Cercis canadensis, instead. Both are native, pollinator-friendly, and bring color and life without harming the land. The Tree of Heaven is a reminder that names can lie. Not everything heavenly belongs in your garden. Some things are best left out entirely. Why bad plants win? Why are these plants so tempting to buy and so difficult to get rid of once they're in the ground? The answer lies in the science of survival. According to the USDA Climate Hub 2023, invasive plants don't just grow fast, they're built to adapt. They germinate earlier, tolerate stress better, and often release natural chemicals that suppress the growth of nearby plants. In other words, they win by outsmarting their competition. The Cornell Ecology Lab found that toxic or invasive species disrupt soil microbes, reducing native plant diversity by up to 60% in affected areas. That imbalance makes it harder for beneficial insects, birds, and pollinators to thrive, turning once vibrant gardens into silent spaces. Meanwhile, the University of California Plant Science Department 2022 discovered that rapid spreaders like bamboo and wisteria use underground rhizomes or sucker systems that bypass normal seed limits, giving them an unfair advantage in suburban soil. These so-called bad plants aren't villains. They're survivors, perfectly adapted to win, but in the wrong setting. By understanding how they operate, gardeners can do what nature does best: restore balance, protect beauty, and nurture biodiversity. Gardening isn't just about what you plant, it's about what you protect. Some of the most breathtaking species can quietly harm your soil, your health, and the wildlife that depends on your space. The good news? You hold the power to change that story. Take a slow walk through your garden. Learn what's growing there. Replace the troublemakers with native, pollinator-friendly plants that bring life instead of taking it. The National Gardening Association 2023 reports that gardeners who swap invasive plants for natives see an average 45% increase in pollinator visits and healthier soil within just one season. Because in the end, the most beautiful gardens aren't the ones that grow the fastest. They're the ones grown with care, knowledge, and respect for nature's rhythm.